Okay, let's do a quick review of a game I just played recently where I did pretty badly. Um, and there are a couple of lessons that you can learn when something like that happens. So, yeah, I played against a Master 3 star, a Saint 3, and a Master 2 star. This is me here after ranking down to Master 1 star. And you can see I got fourth. Now, when this kind of thing happens, it's easy to get tilted, or you could also learn kind of the wrong lessons from the things that you did. So let's take a look at this game, or I guess the key moments in this game, and then we'll review them through the Mortal AI and see what it thinks about my play. Okay, so the key moments here, I deal in for 1,000 in East 1. This is not a big deal, I think. It was kind of unexpected. I do win a hand here against the Toyman, and then I win another hand against him, and then I deal into a Hanuman. Actually, that's not the end of the story, because right after that I deal into a Mangan from another player. So, and that's basically the story of the game here for me. And this happens in South 2 and South 3. South 4, I'm dealer. I think maybe I'm not even dealer, I think. But yeah, I tried to make a comeback, but it's no go. So yeah, the two key moments here are the deal into the Hanuman and then the deal into the Mongans. So let's take a look at those. So here I am in the dealer seat, right? I have a pretty good hand. We have Dora in our hand, and we also have Honitsu kind of brewing. So we go through and let's just go a little bit quicker here. Yeah, the Mortal actually recommended to go for Honitsu here initially, but once I drew this 8, it was fine with going for like a more normal hand. Um, yeah. So that happened pretty quickly. So what happened there? Pretty brutal, right? Fifth turn. um, Deal into a Hanuman, and all of a sudden I'm in fourth place. So let's go back and see what actually transpired here. So turn 4. Yeah, here's the decision. So at this point on turn 5, Toyman has Recheat, right? And I drew the Haku. Now my hand is almost ready. I think I'm Ishanten here, right? So I'm in the dealer seat. Ishanten, if I pawn the east, I will have, yeah, pair, and yeah, pawn the east and throw the 8, right? And then I'll just be waiting on a 6-9, which is a beautiful wait. I have a Dora in my hand. So basically a 2 Han hand as dealer. And do I push this Haku here? That's the question, right? So I'm dealer. We have a non-dealer Ricci. Do we push the honor tile? And I almost didn't think at all. This was kind of a no-brainer. Push the honor tile, right? Unfortunately, in this case, the honor tile deals into Ipatsu, and we pay out the Hanuman. Unfortunate. So let's take a look at the very next round. Something kind of similar happens again. So with the hands open, you could see that Kamicha is going for the flush. He pawns the 9 right away, which should have been a clue that he's going for a flush. I actually wasn't really paying attention to other players' hands at this point, even though he did the pawn. I kind of ignored this. I was just focused on my own hand. And so, yeah, we're making a little bit of progress, building our hand. I am quite far behind, right? This is South 3. My dealership is done. So I'm pretty much worried about building a closed hand and reaching here. Hopefully trying to hit Toyman so that we can swap places once again. So that's pretty much my only hope at this point. Everybody else is quite far away. So yeah, we draw this red 5, which is nice. Yeah. And then that happens on basically discard 8 out of nowhere. The full flush comes in for our Kamicha. So what happened, right? Um, let's take a look at this turn 8. So we're basically sitting in we're Ishanten, I believe, in this case, right? We've got 5, 6, 7, a pair, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and a 2, 4. So as long as we complete one of these shapes, we are in Tempai. So the question is, should we be worried about anybody else in making this terminal tile discard on discard 8? Um, I threw it instantly, pretty much. I really wasn't thinking about the full flush. However, if we look at the discards here, we can see that A, he pawns the 9, and B, he throws an honor tile very soon, and then throws another honor tile. None of his discards include Monzu, right? So this is something that I should have been aware of, and I really wasn't. I really wasn't paying enough attention to this hand. However, even if I had been paying attention, would this push still be reasonable, right? Do I have any other options here besides throwing the one Monzu? And that it really doesn't seem that way. I could throw away the this 2/4 Sozu shape, but if I'm extremely worried about throwing Monzu, right, and then kind of hope that I build something around this one, but that's pretty far-fetched, and you have to remember, fourth place, South 3, we need to Ricci, right? So that's the question. So let's now take a look at what Mortal thinks about these plays and whether we did the right thing by pushing here. Okay, so here we are with South 2 round loaded and Mortal, and let's just go through this game and see if I've played this poorly or if I actually made the right choices. So right off the bat, Mortal actually wants me to throw the 7 pin instead of the pay. I think it actually wants to go for the for Honitsu here, as I mentioned earlier. Because, yeah, basically, as soon as we draw this 8 Pinzu, it no longer really wants to discard the 7, and now it just wants to throw away the extra honor tile. Correctly skipping this chi. Yeah, we don't need this. Here, yeah, I've decided to throw the 8-9 Monzu, and Mortal disagrees with the order in which I do it. Basically, it thinks that the 8 should go first. We skip the pawn on the west winds here. Obviously, those do not give us a Yaku, so we need to wait for the ton. Again, we skip the chi. Everything correct so far, more or less. Now, again, yeah, I throw the 9 Monzu. It still wants me to cut the 8 first. Here the Ricci happens, and now we can see the danger level of all the tiles that we're holding. Obviously, the West Wind is the least dangerous, and Mortal's not against throwing it here and folding. However, you could see that it strongly prefers to push, even though the Haku shows a little bit of danger. We can see this sort of bluish line out here kind of sticks out a little bit, so there's some danger to this tile, obviously, but it pretty strongly prefers to push this. So even this push seems to have been correct, despite being completely fatal in this one case. Yeah, Toyman runs me for 12,000 points. We swap places, now I'm in fourth. And let's take a look at the next one now, where we deal into the Mongon, right? Do we play this correctly or not? So correct discard on the Ton, correct discard on the Pei, correct discard on the Hansu, correct discard on the 8, correct skip of the Chi, correct drop of the 1. Again, we dropping the 1, everything. So, like, so far, we're basically playing as correctly as the AI. Skip the Chi, and once again, the 1 comes in. Immortal is actually not at all concerned, even though the flush is showing here on the left. It's not even suggesting that we fold with the 2 and the 4 Sozo, as I might have expected. it thinks that it's okay to just maybe throw the one Pinzu here, hold on to this one. I guess I assume it's more for the fact that it can form a shape with the three rather than safety though. So yeah, looking at this, right? We did lose. We took some pretty big hits. We dealt into huge hands. However, the play was correct, especially in the South 3 round. The play was literally as computer perfect as you could have, and still we lose. So this is Mahjong. It's important, I think, to realize when this kind of thing happens because it's easy to learn the wrong lessons, perhaps to start playing too defensively as a result of these kind of deal-ins. But yeah, you do have to deal in, I think, in order to win. That's just part of the game. And so, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.